ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritirashtha. So prakriti, which prakriti? The external energy, the external potency that has been emphasized. So this chapter contains all the jnana. Krishna tells in the previous verse also, I am going to give you all the knowledge. If you see in the second verse, Jnanam teham savidyanu idam vakshami sheshatah yajnatvaneha bhuyo nyat yatavyam avashishyate. There will be nothing to be known. If you know this, you will know everything. So what Krishna is going to give? Krishna is going to give everything, all the knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, everything. That means the knowledge about this world, the knowledge about the matter, the knowledge about the spirit, the knowledge of the controller of the matter and spirit. So when we say knowledge, knowledge means to know all these. So Krishna is going to give all this. Now in the fourth verse we see Bhumira Polano Bhayam Thammano Buddhivekacha Ahankara iti Bhinna Prakrishna. There are 8 separate material energies: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, pulse. 5 gross and 3 subtle. So here in the Purport Srila Prabhupada writes about the 3 Vishnus. 3 Vishnus. Vishnustu Devi Rupani Purushakyani Atho Vidaru Ekam tu Mahatasrashtu Ditiyam Panda Samsitam Tritiyam Sarvabhutasam Tani Gyatva Vimuchyate. The 3 Vishnus, as we all know. First is Garbhadakshay Vishnu, second is Garbhadakshay Vishnu, and third is Shiradakshay Vishnu. What is the work of Mahavishnu, the Garbhadakshay Vishnu? Glancing over the Mahatattva. There is a sum total of material energy, which is the darkest region in the whole of the spiritual sky. Manish Jani Prabhu, mute your phone. Mute your phone. Okay. And then when Mahavishnu glances over Mahatattva, there are various Brahmandas which emanate from his body. And in each Brahmanda, Lord enters as Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And then variety creations happen. Because Jiva Shakti, Kala Shakti has already entered the Mahatattva, and variety creations of creation responsibility has been given to Brahmaji. Then in each of the creation, Lord enters as Shiradakshay Vishnu, that is Paramatma, who is seated in everyone's heart. That is how there are 3 Vishnus, and these 3 Vishnus, anyone who knows about these 3 Vishnus can be liberated from this from material entanglement. He can be relieved from the material entanglement. Then Gyatva Vimuchyate, Vishesha Rupena Chate. Chate means he will be relieved. So this material world is a temporary manifestation. So all the activities, whatever is there in this material world, who is guiding that? That is these 3 Vishnus. They are Purusha incarnation. These Purushas are called incarnation. Purusha Avatara. In avatars also there are categories. In the 4th chapter we have done that. Purusha Avatara, Guna Avatars, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Purusha Avatara, Karadakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shiradakshay Vishnu. There are Purusha Avatara, Leela Avatara. There is Manvantara Avatara, Shakti Avesh Avatara. So like this, there are different types of avatars. In which these Purusha Avatars, what they do, they are the cause. They are the cause of this creation, maintenance, destruction, everything. According to Bhagavad Gita, the artistic conclusion is false. In the verse under the discussion, it stated Krishna is the original cause. Srimad Bhagavatam also confirms this. The ingredients of the material manifestation are separated energy of the Lord. Even the Brahmajyoti, which is the ultimate goal of impersonalists, is a spiritual energy manifested in the spiritual sky. So for the impersonalists, what is the ultimate goal? Merging in the Brahman. Brahmajyoti is the ultimate goal. But from Brahmajyoti emanates from where? It is actually a spiritual energy which is emanating from the spiritual sky. So Brahmajyoti is the effulgence which comes from the body of Krishna. There are no spiritual diversities in the Brahmajyoti as there are in the Vaikuntha lokas. And the impersonalists accept this Brahmajyoti as the ultimate eternal goal. The Paramatma manifestation is also a temporary, all-pervasive aspect of Shuddhakshay Vishnu. So here, Srila Prabhupada is speaking about the different three Vishnus. Why three Vishnus has been spoken? Because the Mahat Tattva has to be spoken. And what is that Mahat Tattva? Because Krishna is glancing at the Mahat Tattva as Karunakshai Vishnu. Krishna is glancing at Mahat Tattva. And the Mahat Tattva is made up of all 24 elements, of which the 8 are the basic elements. Eight important elements. There's Bhumi, there is Earth. Bhumira, Pon, Apaha, Bhumi, Apaha. Apa means water. Analaha, that is fire. Vayu, that is air. And Kham, that is ether. Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. So in this way, 8 principal elements, they form the Mahat Tattva, which other 24 elements are also there. You can say 8 means another 16 elements also. But beyond all these Mahat Tattva, beyond this Mahat Tattva, what is infused in this Mahat Tattva, beyond these material elements, there is a superior energy. One is inferior energy, one is superior energy. So material energy is considered to be inferior because it has no consciousness. Superior energy is one which has consciousness, and that is Jiva Tattva. That's Krishna says, Aparayam itaspanyam prakriti me param jivakutam mahabahu edam dharyate jagat. Beyond this material energy, there is another superior energy of mind. And that superior energy, living entity, although it comes in Tarasta Shakti, marginal potency, it is superior. Why it is superior? Because it has consciousness and it has the capacity to manipulate matter. What is infused in the Mahat Tattva, in the darkest portion? When Krishna glances as Karmadaksha Vishnu, when Lord glances over this Mahat Tattva, Jiva Shakti, Kara Shakti enters this material elements and impregnates this Mahat Tattva with Jiva Shakti, Kala Shakti. So Jiva Shakti has the capacity to manipulate matter and take the shape in which its consciousness is. If the Jiva's consciousness is in the dog, then it has the capacity to manipulate the matter and take its shape as a dog. You see, the matter takes variety shapes. If the living entity's consciousness is in the fish, then it can take the shape of a fish. So the living entity has a capacity to manipulate the matter and take its shape like a fish. You see the power of the living entity. So Man Buddhi Ahankara, it plays a very important role. Taking this Man Buddhi Ahankara, the living entity, has the capacity to exploit the inferior energy for different purposes. Now Man Buddhi Ahankara is also inferior energy only. But living entity is a superior energy. So the Prabhupada writes, it has the capacity to exploit the matter. Now, on its own, material energy has no strength on its own. Because it has no power, no consciousness, no power. But just see, even though it is inferior, Paropi Mante Anartham, we are Parashakti. Which Jiva is a Parashakti. But we have identified ourselves to matter to such an extent that we have forgotten our real identification. Our real identification is we are servant of Krishna. Krishna is controller, Jiva is controlled by him. Jiva is superior energy because quality of their existence is one and the same with the Lord. Our guna, that is our qualities are same with Lord. Lord is Sachidananda, then Jiva is also Sachidananda. Lord is eternal, Jiva is also eternal. the quantum may be less. Lord is infinite, then Jiva is infinitesimal. But the quality is there. The quality of the drop of the sea water has the same quality of the water, of the sea water. So drop also has the quality like the whole water. We have the capacity to manipulate the gross and the subtle matter. So superior energy, but what happens? Instead of using the matter in Krishna's service and not forgetting our real identity, what we have done? We get carried away by the matter. Paropi manute, paro shakti, parashakti, paro api means though parashakti. Anartham, our consciousness, we are so degraded, we identify ourselves as anartha, which has no artha. So the material entity, material elements actually has no artha. Has no artha means has no consciousness. But our identification with this matter is because of the forgetfulness of Krishna. Our identification of with Krishna. That is why when the living entity becomes free from the influence of usually material energy, he attains the stage called mukti or liberation. So what is the real meaning of mukti? Mukti hitva anyatha rupam sarupena devasthi. So what is the meaning of mukti? Give up all anya rupaha. Anya rupaha. So mukti hitva anyatha rupam sarupena devasthi. Be situated in one's own swarupa. And instead of thinking, I am matter, whatever the material acquisitions I have is mine, I am Lord's. Lord, first of it is, I belong to Lord. Instead of having a wrong realization, our position should be understood. When our position is understood, then actually we are liberated. We are all servants of God. So Jiva is servant of God. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishna Nityadas. Swarupena Vivastitihi. So what is that Swarupa? In which consciousness we have to be there? And we have to be there in the consciousness Swarupena. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishna Nityadas. Then that person is fully Krishna conscious. Every Shana belongs to Krishna. Every Samarthya belongs to Krishna. Whatever Krishna has given to us, that should be utilized in Krishna's service. If that consciousness is there, then he is Krishna conscious. Whatever we have, if we have some art, use it in Krishna's service. If we have some samarthya, use it in Krishna's service. And Krishna gives a wonderful chance. To this lifetime, this human lifetime, especially born in this land, Bharat, Manushya Janma, in this lifetime, use the consciousness or use the samarthya in Krishna's service. So human body allows to do that. And in this human body, if we have done this, then we have taken the ultimate advantage of the human. In other bodies, it is difficult to use it because we don't have the higher intelligence in other bodies. Now, these created beings, all created beings, have their source in true nature. Let us see. Etadyoni bhutani sarvani tyupadaraya aham krishnasya jagatah prabhavah prayastatha. Whatever exists, all created beings, they have source in two things. One is material, one is spiritual. Of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both the origin and the distribution. So two things are, two natures are. Whatever is created has origin. There is two natures. One is material, one is spiritual. Now let us see. Everything that exists is a product of matter and spirit. Spirit is the basic field of creation. Matter is created by spirit. Spirit is not created at a certain stage of material development. Rather, this material world is manifested on the basis of spiritual energy. This This material body is developed because spirit is present within the. A child grows gradually to boyhood, then to manhood, because that spiritual energy, spiritual spirit soul is present. Similarly, the entire cosmic manifestation of the gigantic universe is developed because of the presence of the super soul, Vishnu. Therefore, spirit and matter, which combine to manifest this gigantic universal form, are originally two energies of the Lord. And consequently, the Lord is the original cause of everything, a fragmental part and parcel of the Lord. Namely, the living entity may be the cause of a big skyscraper, a big factory, or even a big city. But he cannot be the cause of a big universe. The cause of the big universe is the big soul, the super soul. And Krishna, the Supreme, is the cause of both the big and the small. Therefore, he is the original cause of all causes. Tatha Upanishad speaks about Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitanya. Now, here two energies have been spoken: spiritual energy and material energy. So, material energy are the material elements, and spiritual energy includes even Jiva also. Who is the cause of all the causes? That is Krishna. He is a super soul, super soul. Soul is the Jivatma, is a soul. Now, Jivatma has the capacity to manipulate the matter. So the whole creation happens because of the manipulation of the matter by the spirit. So there is a spiritual power. Spirit has a spiritual power. Matter has a material power. That is why there are two types of energies, two types of power. And Krishna says, I am the cause of all these two, cause of all causes. There is nothing beyond me. That means these two energies emanate from me only. I am the head of all these two energies, that is spiritual energy as well as material energy. Mattaha parataram nani, there is no truth beyond me. Mattaha parataram nani kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutri mani ganai. Mattaha parataram nani, there is no truth beyond me. Who is beyond soul? Super soul. Who is beyond super soul? There is no truth beyond Krishna. Krishna says, Mattaha parataram nani kinchidasti dhananjaya. But how to know me? Some people say, show me Krishna. Then you should ask, can you see the thread which strings the pearls? But the unseen thread is known by seeing the wonderful arrangement of the pearls. So it is not easy to see the thread, but thread can be understood by seeing the wonderful arrangement of the pearls. In the same way, by seeing the wonderful arrangement of everything happening around us, like you see the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, the planets are floating in the respective orbits, seasons are coming in a proper time, everything is happening properly. All these arrangements, because of these arrangements, you can understand there is a supreme power. Mai sarvam idam protam. Sutre mani ganaiva. So in this way, everything rests upon me, Krishna says. The purpose Srila Prabhupada says there's a common controversy over whether the supreme truth is personal or impersonal. There's always a fight. Controversy is there. The argument whether Lord is personal or Lord is impersonal. The devotees say Lord is personal. Lord has a beautiful form, wonderful form. There are impersonalists who say Lord has no form. There's always an argument. Now, Bhagavad Gita, what it says, Lord is a person. Absolute truth is the personality of God, Shri Krishna. Bhagavad Gita speaks about the personal form of Lord. Lord says, Matta Parataram Mai Sarvamidam Protam. Just Krishna says, I. That means what? He is referring to the personal form. So that the supreme personality of God, that the personality of God is the supreme truth, is also the affirmation of the Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarvakarana Karana. He is the cause of all the things. Ishvara Parama Krishna, he is the controller of all the controllers. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Sachidananda Vigraha, what is Vigraha? Satchidananda. That means Sat Chitta Ananda, the manifestation of the truth, the knowledge, and the bliss, Satchidananda. Nadir Adir Govinda. There is no truth beyond him. He is the source of everything. He is a cause of everything. So in this way, there are scriptures which clearly say that Lord is the cause of all causes. He is the person. He is a person. He sees, he hears, he talks, he eats, but we are not aware because we don't have that Premanjal Churita Bhakti Vilochane Nasantas Deva Desh Viloke Yam Shama Sundar Machinta Gunasarupam Govinda Mahapurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Why we are not able to see? Because our eyes are not anointed that way. The impersonalists, however, argue on the strength of the Vedic version, Shivakashtra Upanishad. They say Tato Yat Tataram Karakaram Tad Arupam Anamayam Yaye Tad Vidura Amrutastate Bhavanti Athe Tare Dukkam Eva Piyanti. So Shetashatra Upanishad, what it states, in the material world, Brahma, the primeval living entity in this world, within the universe, is understood to be the supreme amongst the demigods, human beings, and lower animals. But beyond Brahma, there is a transcendence which has no material form, and is free from material contamination. Anyone who can know him also becomes transcendental. But those who do not know him suffer the miseries of the material world. So these impersonalists, they take this verse. That arupam, anamayam, arupam. He doesn't have any rupa. Which rupa he doesn't have? He doesn't have a material form like us. The impersonalists put more stress on the word arupam. But this arupam is not impersonal. It indicates transcendental form of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. In the Brahma Samhita, it has been spoken. There are other verses in Sritathara Upanishad which substantiates this as follows. Vedaham metad purusham mahantam adityavarnam tamasapastat tameva vidhitvati vimmeki nanyah pantaha vidyate ayanaya yasmat param na param asti kinchit yasman naniyo no jyayosti kinchit वृक्षविवा स्तब्धोधो तिष्ठति एकस् स्तब्धो दिवि तिष्ठति एकस् तेनेदं पूर्णं पुरुषेण सर्वम्. Now the meaning goes like this. I know that Supreme Lord, who is transcendental to all material conception of darkness. Only he who knows him can transcend the bonds of birth and death. There is no way for liberation other than this knowledge of that Supreme Person. There is no truth superior to that Supreme Person because he is the supermost. He is the smaller than the smallest, greater than the greatest. He is situated as a silent tree and he illumines the transcendental sky. And as a tree spreads its roots, he spreads his extensive energies. From these verses, one concludes that the supreme absolute truth is the supreme personality of God, who is all pervading with his multi energies, both material and spiritual. So very clearly it has been spoken that there is no truth beyond him. This arupam here refers to, even though Shvetashvatara Upanishad speaks about arupam, arupam speaks about there is no material form, there is only spiritual form. How to know him? How to see him everywhere? There is a verse which says, Thavara Jangama Dekhi Na Dekhi Tara Murti Sarvatra Hoye Nija Ishta Deva Smurti. And that person is Krishna conscious. He is Thavara Jangama Dekhi. When he is seeing something movable, something immovable, he doesn't see that as it is. Thavara Jangama Dekhi Na Dekhi Tara Murti. But in fact, he sees Ishta Deva Smurti. He sees the opulence of Krishna in everything. Like when he drinks the water, immediately identifies that taste with Krishna. Krishna says, I am the taste of water. Generally, when we drink water, we don't even remember Krishna. They said, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Satatam smartavyo satatam Vishnu. Vismartavya na jatuche. Always remember Krishna. How to always remember Krishna? By chanting the holy name. How to never forget Krishna? By seeing Krishna in everything. How to see Krishna? Krishna teaches from 8th verse. How to see Krishna? That is why this chapter is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. We had Jnana Yoga, we had Jnana Karma Yoga, we had Jnana Karma Sannyas Yoga, and then we had Dhyana Yoga. And now what comes is, we had Karma Yoga, that was the Sankhya Yoga, then Karma Yoga, 3rd chapter Karma Yoga, Jnana Karma Yoga, 4th chapter, 5th chapter was Jnana Karma Sannyas Yoga, then Dhyana Yoga. In what we have to do dhyana? Dhyana on whom? Dhyana on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna very clearly says in the 6th chapter, last verse, what Krishna says? The purpose of dhyana, what is the purpose of dhyana? The purpose of dhyana is to remember him. Okay, I am connected to him. What is the purpose? Onto whom I should be connected? Yoginam api sarvesham. Madgadena antaratmana shaddavan bhajate yomam samiyuktamumta. Yoginam api sarvesham. Among all the yogis, who is the topmost? Madgadena antaratmana. He is always dwelling in me. He is always remembering me. And how to remember Krishna? This chapter emphasizes. From the 7th chapter to 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga is there. Because Krishna very clearly tells in Karma Yoga. The first 6 chapters are Karma Yoga. So what is a Karma Yoga? How to connect oneself to Krishna, how to remember Krishna, that Krishna teaches in the 8th verse. So never forget Krishna. For never forgetting Krishna, not forget Krishna, you should see Krishna in everything. So once it so happened, somebody asked the Prabhupada, while drinking, if a person remembers Krishna, then while drinking liquor, a person remembers Krishna. He said, yes, he is Krishna conscious. While chanting the holy name, a person is inclined in drinking the liquor, then he is not Krishna conscious. While drinking, he is remembering Krishna. Oh, this taste of liquor is Krishna. Then he will surely become Krishna conscious. Because among all the, Krishna says, in the liquid, in the water, I am the taste. Yes, in the water, I am the taste. Krishna stops. So means the water, I am the taste. Somebody asked, then in the juice also the taste is Krishna? Krishna means the liquor also taste is Krishna? Yes. So while drinking, somebody remembers.
Mataji, you're on mute.
Raso hamapsu kaunteya. In the water. Raso kaunteya. Apsu means water. Rasa means taste. So the taste of water is Krishna. While drinking water, the water which really the taste which quenches our thirst. You see, when we are thirsty, no amount of any liquid can help you quench the thirst. It is water which quenches the thirst. So what is that principal element which is quenching our thirst? That is Krishna. That taste of water is Krishna. Krishna says, I am the taste of water. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. Krishna says. Prabhasmi shashi surya yoho. The light which emanates from Shashi, Surya, that is moon and the sun. That is who Krishna says, I am that light of the sun and the moon. And then Krishna says, Pranavaha, Om, Pranavaha. Pranavaha, Om, Pranavaha means Om, that is Om. Pranavaha sarva vedeshu. What is that Pranava? That is Om. Pranavaha sarva vedeshu. Vedas, every Vedic mantra starts with Om. So Pranavaha sarva vedeshu. The sutras also start with Om because they are from the sutras only, the whole Vedic knowledge has been condensed into sutras. And all the sutras starts with Om. Then this Om, what is this Om? Om is nothing but the sound representation of Krishna. Pranavaha sarvavedeshu, Krishna says. When somebody is chanting Om, understand that Om is nothing but the sound representation of Krishna. And then Lord says, Shabdaha ke paurusham. Now the sound travels. You are able to hear me. Because there is K, Ka means ether. I am the sound in ether, Krishna says. I am the sound in. And then Paurusham Nunu Nushu. Paurusham Nushu. Nushu means man. Man has an ability. If a person can see the ability as Krishna, then he will never have any enviousness. Somebody has nice ability, then immediately you should understand that ability is actually Krishna. So the qualities which has been told here, the taste, the light, the sound, the ability, the syllable, all these qualities are nothing but the representation of the opulence of Krishna. Lord is all pervasive, Krishna says. Srila Prabhupada says. He's all pervasive. He's there in the matter also, he's there in the spiritual energy also. And it is said, Parasa Shakti Vivideva Shurite. Lord has multifarious energies. The taste of water is the active principle of water. No one likes to drink sea water because the pure taste of water is mixed with the salt. Attraction for water depends on the purity of the taste, and this pure taste is one of the energies of the Lord. The impersonalis perceive the the presence of the Lord in water by its taste, and the personalis also glorify the water for its kind, supplying tasty water to quench man's thirst. Just imagine you are sitting near a sea and you are very thirsty, even though there is water around. But that water cannot quench the thirst because the pure taste of water has been lost. The pure taste has been mixed by the salt. One who knows God knows that the impersonal conception and the personal conception simultaneously present in everything, and that is contradiction. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya established the sublime doctrine, Achinta Bheda Bheda, that was simultaneous oneness and difference. No talking, Shilpa Mataji, Shilpa Saha. No talking. The light of the sun and the moon is also originally emanating from the Brahma Jyoti, which is the impersonal effulgence of the Lord. And the Pranavaha or the Omkar or transcendental sound in the beginning of every Vedic hymn addresses the Supreme Lord. Because the impersonalists are very much afraid of addressing the Supreme Lord Krishna by his innumerable names, they prefer to vibrate the transcendental sound Omkar. But they do not realize that Omkar is the sound representation of Krishna. The jurisdiction of Krishna consciousness extends everywhere, and one who knows Krishna consciousness is blessed. Those who do not know Krishna are an illusion, and so knowledge of Krishna is liberation, and ignorance of him is bondage. One who knows Krishna, how to know him? That method has been given in the 7th chapter. How to know him? When we see things around us, we should see who is the principal energy behind everything. In the water, it is the taste is Krishna. In the sky, when the light is emanated, that is Krishna. In the sound, that is Krishna. Ether, the sound in the ether is Krishna. Ability in the man is Krishna. In this way, various ways, Krishna is going to teach how to see, how our consciousness should be. He should not be lost in our vision. He should not be lost in our consciousness. So how to develop that consciousness? How to develop that Krishna consciousness? Okay. Any doubts you can ask. Hare Krishna. Any doubts you have? No doubts? Here we stop. Yes.